Restore us, make us new. Hope and revival for my hometown. Hope and revival for my homeland. Lord, restore us, make us new. Never run away. I'm here to stay. Lord, if you come with me, questioned in no and I'll never run away. I'm here to stay. Lord, if you come with me, questioned in no and
I'm realizing, apologies, my mic was absolutely muted. This is the thing about online. There is always this thing that happens where we are always muted and we don't even realize it. My name is Ravimbo Makumbe and I am joining you here today to talk about trends, mass consumer trends, and I'm really excited to be going through that with you. I am streaming live on several platforms, including on TikTok. So if you don't already follow us on TikTok, please do join us on there at Letters to Africa, and also visit our website as well and have a look at modernletterstoafrica.com, and absolutely reach out to us and have a look at what we're all about and what we do. Now, I want to just quickly say thank you all for joining. Thank you all who are tuning in. Hopefully you will find this episode to be useful for you for whatever it is that you do, whatever stage you are in life. I hopefully that you will find this useful and you have been finding this useful if you have been joining in over the last previous weeks. I don't know how long we've been doing this now, but I feel like we're a month in, but we're certainly making some movement, and I am looking forward to seeing what everybody else is going to create. So I'm just gonna take this off here. Brilliant. Okay, I'll have your comments up. Good to see you, Victor, joining me here. So like I said, my name is Ravimbo. I'm the founder of Modern Letters to Africa. What we do and what I'm really passionate about is about restoring Africa. It's about restoring that young African person or anybody who's thinking, actually, I really need to provide for my family. I really need a second income for whatever reason, or you're just really tired of waiting for somebody to come and give you an opportunity. I believe that where we are finding opportunities now is online. So I am a huge advocate of doing stuff online. My career is in digital, so I work in digital marketing. I train churches around the UK and theological educational institutes, training those people on how to use this within their context. And I'm here to teach you and talk to you about how to use that in your context under the Modern Letters to Africa platform, which is an absolutely free platform that anyone can join in. You can create a profile for yourself there, and you can go and start taking some of the courses that we have developed for you on there. Some of them, again, using tools such as AI to help you in making sure that you're the creme de la creme when it comes to everything that is happening online. Right, cool. So now that I've introduced that and I've told you a little bit about that, thank you again for those that are joining in, wherever you're joining in from, whether that's on YouTube, Facebook, or TikTok. So today I want to go into a final look into the consumer trends for 2024, and I am going to talk about data. So one of the things that you really need to know about data is that data is considered as the new oil. So I actually worked for a company, and one of the people who was part of a network, it was like a network of CEOs and VPs and people like this. And so one of the CEOs had a company whose strapline was "Data is the new oil," or rather the company name is "Data is the new oil." Go and have a look at them and Google them. But there is this consideration that data has become very, very valuable. That's why you see people like Mark Zuckerberg being taken to Congress based on how are you looking after that data. We saw this as well with TikTok. We saw TikTok really saying, you know what, not TikTok saying, but Congress in the US challenging TikTok about where the data is going, because they were worried that data was going to the Chinese government. And hopefully I'm not going to get kicked off TikTok for what I've just said. But this was the reality of what happened a couple of years ago. So it's really important that us as Africans, we recognize the power that data has. You see, this is what most of these tech companies are doing. They have us here online. We are obviously giving a lot of our information. We're sharing a lot of our behaviors and mannerisms wherever we are. And what is happening is we are giving them leverage. When you know so much about a person, you can sell anything to them. So coming from a marketing background, I can tell you right now that your information, from the moment that you enter a supermarket, especially here in the UK, from the moment that you enter a supermarket, you are being marketed to based on behavior traits that have been recorded over time. So what a marketeer would look at and what a salesperson would look at would say, okay, well, we want to bring our product into your store. So we want to make sure that that product is at eye level of the person so that they can just easily pick it up. That is marketing psychology, which also picks into the data. So understand that data is very, very valuable, because people make money off your information. That is why you get most of these platforms saying, yes, you can use it for free, but it's not free. You're paying for it with your information. You're paying for it with your behavior, your habits. They know as soon as you wake up in the morning, you pick up your phone, and they know every single platform that you're going on. They know exactly what you're clicking on. They know where you're shopping. So a lot of you would have seen things like cookies. When you go onto different websites and you click on cookies, they're collecting data. And at that point, when you enter a particular site, depending on what cookies you accept, all this means is, what is it that you're giving permission to that company to track in terms of your data? So what they will do is they will basically, you go onto your website, let's say you go onto Apple, you might go onto Nike first, you might go onto other platforms first. They're tracking that movement. So you've come from Apple website and then you've gone to Nike. How did you get there? How did you land there? So that is something that you are interested in buying. So you need to be thinking about data in a way, of course, don't use it manipulatively, but understand the power that data has and how you can leverage this for your business, for you to be able to sell products, whether that is in person. But I am a huge advocate of trying things online. I feel like we're going into a time now where online is going to be very, very valuable. So I'm just going to pull up here on my screen the trends, mass consumer trends. Do let me know if you have a business or if you're thinking about doing something online. I will be really interested to hear about what you're up to as well. And do, again, if you haven't already, do go have a look at our website for free courses in all things digital, whether you want to work remotely online or whether you want to start a business online. That platform has now been created. It is 3 weeks old, so we're still populating it. So do go have a look and stay up to date in that. Create yourself a profile as well. And like I said, if you've got a business, if you want me to take a look at it and give you feedback, let me know and I can do that. I do that very slowly just because of how many people have been reaching out, but I do get back to you as soon as possible as well. You can do that via the website, modernletterstoafrica.com. Right. Data advocate. So Statista, if you don't already know, I mentioned this in previous videos, and if you haven't caught up with the previous videos yet, do have a look at the watch consumer trends videos. I've done 3 so far. This is week 4, where we're looking at the final information that Statista have given to us. So this is one of the big data companies. A lot of businesses take their information from here. So I'm literally giving you the creme de la creme. But listen, it's absolutely free for you to go and download on their website. So do go and have a look at that. And I'll see if I can share a link with you as well. Now, what they've said is on the trend 4, they are seeing newfound trust in data sharing for personalization. So they've listed this and said, say goodbye to one size fits all advertising. Consumers aren't as concerned about data privacy if it means they get personalized content and experiences in return. Data advocates want ads catered to their interests, location, and lifestyle preferences. Companies that fail to tailor their campaigns risk being overlooked by consumers, but when executed effectively, personalization can be a powerful way to attract new customers rather than turn them away. Now, this is really important if you have a business or thinking about doing a business, or you want to go into marketing or digital marketing, that you've heard that term that the customer knows best. So here the customer is saying, hey, look, you can have all my data as long as you personalize what you're providing for me. So now this idea of personalization is actually becoming more and more possible. And the reason why it is possible is because of AI. We are going into a world of artificial intelligence. We're going into virtual reality land. Facebook currently has a platform called Arthur. Arthur is a virtual reality platform. Guys, I need you to jump on this and get yourself acquainted with Arthur. Have a look, gain more information, because I'm still really trying to learn a bit more about it. But what I found so far from the introductions that they had and been promoting, they've created this whole virtual reality world where you in Zimbabwe can work for a company that is in America, but you can do it using virtual reality glasses. And so it feels or looks, or you get the perception that you are in an office together, but you're actually working in your kitchen in whatever country that you're in. That is absolutely amazing, and it's a game changer. But you see, one thing that we don't realize as well is, because we don't have this information, you know, that saying that my people perish for a lack of knowledge, because they can keep us in a state where we don't have the information and access to the information that we need to position ourselves. So you now need to make sure that you're understanding who is this customer that you're wanting to reach, where are they located, what are their interests, what are their lifestyle preferences, and how can you leverage AI and some of these technological tools to personalize and experience a product or anything like that online. Now, I'll give you an example of businesses that personalize, that do really well. So on Etsy, you now have businesses that have caught on to this whole idea that people want to buy gifts for people, but maybe you don't want to, you might not want it to firstly be delivered to you and then to the person. You maybe want to just get it delivered to the person straight away. So what do? You go online, and I actually recently did this myself. A friend of mine recently had her grandfather pass away. I couldn't physically be with her, so I wanted to give her something to say, hey, I'm thinking of you, but obviously doing all of this online. So I went on Etsy and I found some boxes where it had like self-care masks and all of these things, and tea, like it even had a tea bag as well, like tea mask, collagen for your face, face oil as well, I think something like that. And I could customize a message to my friend and post it to her and send it to her as a gift. Now the supplier obviously packs it and basically will pretty much package it as a gift and will send it to that person. So think about what tailored business could you be providing. Now, is there space right now as Africa is growing, as Africa is establishing itself, where there is a gap from a technological point of view of buying, whether that's online buying, online marketing, whatever it is, how can you enter and penetrate into those areas? It's really important to be thinking about this. So let's have a look at a bit more of what this is saying. So from irritation to appreciation. In 2019, US consumers would get annoyed by intrusive online ads like pop-up ads, autoplay videos, and irrelevant promotions. But now we see a substantial decline in the annoyance. Customers have come to appreciate more tailored and relevant advertisements, resulting in a positive perception compared to the past. I'm not gonna lie, I still don't like those ads. Every time on YouTube, I just want to watch Gambakwe in peace. I just want to watch Modern Letters in peace. I just want to watch YouTube in peace. But I get it. And one thing actually that's very true, and I see in my own behavior, is that I actually don't mind watching an ad if it's something that would be useful and valuable to me. So I've definitely explored Fiverr as a result, and I think a lot of us explored Fiverr as a result of ads on YouTube. I've explored music, different apps as well. I've definitely tried them off YouTube. But I think where it's really effective for me is when I watch a channel and they do an ad in the so let's say, for example, right now as I'm presenting, I'll say, oh, by the way, we're sponsored by such and such company, we're sponsored by so and so company. So it's one of those ones where it really has to add value to the person who is receiving the ad. So promote your product, but let it be valuable to the person, and they will gladly give you their information because they know they're getting value out of it as well. So easing data collection concerns. There's a lot of concerns as well around data. I think governments start to get involved when it comes to data, because a lot of the times they are concerned if they feel a company in the UK, for example, is your data only going to you, or is it going to the UK government as well? There's also a lot of concerns around regulation, selling data, cross-using data on platforms. So for example, if I give you my information for one of your companies, then you start deciding to use it for all your different businesses. That is not okay. And here in the UK, it's illegal, and it's bad. It's bad business practice, and you would definitely get fined by the Information Commissioner's office. But around that. So, okay. Now, let's start to wrap this up then and think about, okay, what are the strategies for success around this whole data thing? So they've summarized it into 3 things. So they've looked at embrace hyper-personalization by creating tailored ads and content to engage your audience more effectively. Segment the target audience into smaller groups and tailor marketing messages, product recommendation, and offers to suit their unique needs and preferences. Guys, if you need to use me as a case study, or copy what I'm doing, please do it. I actually don't care, because all this information is what a lot of businesses are doing, which is, for example, with Modern Letters, there is specific content that goes out on a specific channel for specific reasons for that audience. But then there's also another Modern Letters that, because right now we're talking about Modern Letters to Africa, you wouldn't know about Modern Letters to the Church, because Modern Letters to the Church is for people who are Christians, who are interested in growing in their faith, and we target those people specifically because that is where we're wanting to help and support. So in that, I think there is an element of you thinking, who is your customer? What are their interests? And you would have to put in the work to market to them individually. Gone are the days where you could just create one ad and it works on everybody. I think now people really want that customization because they are brands that are doing it really well, and you want to make sure that you're at the top. And I think because of us being in the UK, we have this conversation a lot in the like Black African community. I sit as UKME exec in the organization that I work for. And one of the things that's really prominent is the fact that, you know, as Black people, there is an element of us having to work 10 times harder than our counterparts because we are to a degree very behind. And so we have to kind of put in extra work, push harder, do more to be able to level up and gain that equity that we've been asking for. And again, as much as we can push for the opportunities are there. It's now time for us to utilize it. Point 2 that they mentioned, they say build trust through transparency. Be open about data collection practices and how customer information is used. Emphasize data security and privacy. Communicate these practices to rebuild consumer trust and foster positive brand perception. So I'll tell you a bit about how I personally have used this. So for example, one of the key things for me was once I really saw there was an appetite for people wanting to learn more about digital, I said, okay, it's time to create a WhatsApp group. That WhatsApp group within a space of under 2 weeks then gained about 700 people in that group, but immediately faced with the issue that there are people that don't like to see nice things. You see, there are people that will just come and try to scatter the whole thing. So scammers came and they started messaging people and all of these things. But because I was very aware of what they were doing, I would constantly warn people and let them know, by the way, I wouldn't call you. I wouldn't do this type of practice. This is who I work with. This is who, this is how things are operating. And really being transparent with the people I was talking to, because I wanted their information to be safe. I would feel bad if I've brought you into a group to help you and then you get scammed in the process and you were just trying to get helped. So I really, really was adamant about that. And because that was not something that was working anymore because of these scammers, I said, all right, cool. We're going to create a website and just make sure that that information is secure and no one can try and come and scam people here. So that was one of the ways that I personally did this within my practice, but I also teach a lot of people how to do this, and we'll share more. If you want to know more, come to modernletterstoafrica.com. Leverage user-generated content. So encourage and amplify user-generated content. Actively seek and showcase authentic reviews, testimonials, and user-generated photos and videos. This is a powerful tool to build credibility and trust amongst potential consumers. I absolutely love this because I am always saying to everybody, you don't have to create content yourself. You don't have to do it yourself all the time. Literally share content that other people are creating and utilize that more. And you probably notice now more and more when you go online and you see what other people do, you realize, oh, okay, I see how they're using other people's content to market what they're selling. You see a lot of memes, or maybe someone might take a motivational video from a really, really long time ago. So think about that. But again, user-generated content, if there's somebody who's already buying your product and they're taking photos of it and tagging you in it, utilize that as well. Okay, so we have gone on a journey looking at this, from week 1, where we were looking at this whole idea of quest for quality, that consumer who wants a quality product but wants to actually spend less for it. And then we went into this ethical spender, the spender who's saying, I really want to buy, sustainable products. Again, not wanting to spend too much for it. And then you've got this whole idea of Zen enthusiasts, another trend, which is all about stress relief and providing products that are going to help people relieve them of their stress. And then you've got the last one, which is data advocates, which we have just looked at today. So hopefully this has been useful for you. Think about this as you're thinking about your work, your business, whatever it is that you're doing. Please know that, yeah, you're going to do great with it, whatever you decide to do. We are going to switch things up next week, and I am going to actually interview the very own Gambakwe. Yes, I thought, you know what, he gets to interview people all the time. It would be great to find out a bit more about him, how he got started, and his journey, really, especially because actually he is operating online. So it would be great to interview him and talk to him about that. So do tune in next week around the same time, and I will be here interviewing the boss man. Okay, cool. So do connect with me, whether that's via LinkedIn. Just search for Ravimbo L Makumbe, or you can follow me on TikTok, Letters to Africa. Do come and join me on there. I try to create regular content when I'm traveling and I'm going and doing different training in digital, different conferences that I'm up to, and also try to give tips on there. And then also, if you want to email me directly, please do feel free to do that on this email. And then you can come over to modernletterstoafrica.com and join us in the fun of us thinking about changing or restoring Africa, restoring hope into Africa, using all these digital tools, using our Wi-Fi, using our skills, our minds, our brain, our intelligence, all the good stuff. All right, it's been great to see you all, whoever's been able to join me today. Thank you, Duna, Thomas, Satenda, Ian, Mavis. It's been great for you to be here, and whoever is on TikTok, I cannot see the two of you that are there. All right, have a wonderful time, and I'll see you next week, or rather have a wonderful weekend. It was a Friday, guys. Enjoy life. Don't enjoy too much. Oh. Some of you, we know you praise the Lord. We just want you to praise the Lord, enjoy life, and don't do anything that Jesus would not want you to do. Okay? All right. Bye.